Uy.
Wow.
Disfruta lo que hace de público.
Como siempre.
Me encanta. Me encanta oír su música. Porque es que ha sido toda la vida dedicado a eso. Pero con amor y eso, ¿sabes? Esa persona
Exacto,
dedicada.
no. Me encanta.
Wow.
Wow, wow, wow.
Gracias. Hoy voy a dormir tranquilo. Gracias. Yes. Oh, gracias.
That's what we
gracias.
definitely call a conga jam, and I think a perfect combination of bass and percussion, congas, and that's a baby
And
bass,
bass,
no?
yes, yeah.
No,
Or the acoustic
no,
bass,
acoustic,
actually.
acoustic,
Upright.
Acoustic.
With Andy Gonzalez and Candido Camero on the congas from this Grammy-nominated recording, Candido y Graciela Inolvidable, and this conga jam, really sort of like an improvisation, no? It was more like your composition, but it was flowing as
Yeah,
you-
right. That's my own composition. And I said to myself, well, because the people, they don't expect to hear melodies with the congas. Yes, they expect to just rhythm. Because the conga is supposed to be an instrument like when you build a house, you have to have the foundation first. So the conga is like the metronome, you know, the one keep the band, is, you know, keep time all the time, so the band can feel comfortable when you play.
Yes.
I said to myself, well, let me try this, see how it works, and after that I said, oh, this is something else. Wow, que pida más un Candido.
But we're not talking something that you did in 2006 or 1990. This is something that goes back
Oh,
to the
yes.
very beginning, over 50 years ago,
Exactly.
that you had that idea of having not just one conga or two,
Yeah.
even probably more than three, and tuning them to a way that you can make
We have
melodies.
To play, right, to play
with
melody, right.
An instrument that is really a percussive instrument. It's really, like you said, for keeping the time or for doing all
Yeah,
the.
yeah.
But you actually had that, you know, among the many innovations that you did in the instrument and in Cuban music, which traveled, you allowed it to travel the world, you know, taking your rhythms with all the artists that you've played with and recorded
yeah.
with. But
It's a long list. It's look like a telephone book.
yeah, we can talk about Duke Ellington, Charlie Parker, Miles Davis, Lionel Hampton, Art Blakey, Wes Montgomery, Count Basie, John Coltrane, Sonny Rollins, George Shearing, Dizzy Gillespie, Machito, and his Afro-Cubans, Tito Puente, Sarah Vaughan, Tony Bennett, who's your friend.
My best friend.
Yes.
I just have a call from him last week.
Uh-huh.
Every year he invite me for dinner.
Oh.
So we're gonna have dinner Christmas time.
Oh.
Yes, every year. Since 1981, never missed.
Wow.
Been all over the world and to see people by thousands, but he always keep me in mind all the time.
Yes.
And also the first Christmas card that I receive every year from him, because he also a painting, a good painter.
Yes, very good.
So he always send me one of his paintings, but it's as a Christmas card.
Friends since the 1950s and neighbors. You guys are pretty much.
Yes, yes,
you
he
live very
live
close.
not far away from.
Mhm. And of course, we have Celia Cruz and among, you know, the
Celia Cruz.
Well, you can go into the blues with, you know, Ray Charles and Billie Holiday and I mean,
All the big ones,
all the big
yeah.
ones. And you've taken those the Cuban rhythms around the world. You know, again with that. I know that the World Book Encyclopedia
Also, right, to
lists
represent the
you.
Congo.
Your
Yes.
photo and as
Sí,
there
señor.
as we represent.
yes.
So it's a long list of accomplishments. And a few years ago, not many years ago, probably a couple of years ago, you were awarded the highest recognition that a
Yeah.
jazz musician can receive in the United States by
Yeah.
the very prestigious National Endowment of the Arts,
That's right.
the NEA Jazz Master.
Yes, master.
That awarded
Yeah,
you that
yeah.
Wow, that year I know also Quincy Jones.
No, so yeah,
Got
the same
award.
year, the same year.
And to my knowledge, I think only two Cubans, I don't know if it's two Latinos or two Cubans, Paquito Rivera.
Paquito
No,
Rivera.
Paquito Rivera also.
And Candido are the
Yes.
only, is it the only two Latinos or the only two Cubans that receive that, or at least we know for sure it's
I think it's only two Cubans.
the only two
Yeah,
Cubans
the
that
only-
have
yeah,
received the
only-
Jazz
the only
Master
two
Award
Cubans, right.
Yeah.
recognition have been Paquito Rivera and Candido Camero. Wow, it's wonderful. And Candido, another of the techniques that you developed also, and we're talking about what, probably 30s or 40s, and around the 50s with the independence of several percussion instruments at the same time. Not
Right.
just playing the congas, but you played like say the bongos and the congas at the same time, or various, like the guiro. Tell me a little bit about that.
In 1946, dance team, very famous dance team from Cuba, Carmen and Rolando, they came to United States, and they asked me if I want to come with them. But they don't have money for two percussionists for conga and quinto or bongo. So they asked me, you want to go? I said, yeah, we don't have money for bring another man. I said, no, not worried. Yeah, I take care of that part. So when we came to the United States, I bring the conga and the quinto. So during the show, I was steady time on the conga with the left hand and marcando los pasos a ellos en la rumba con el quinto.
Wow.
Ellos me dijeron, pero ¿cómo tú puedes hacer eso? Y yo le dije, yo mismo ni lo sé.
Yeah, because it's not like they were doing the dance,
Yeah,
like a
it's like a
choreographed
two
dance.
men, it's like
It's two men doing it, so you were thinking your mind and your hands had to be
Yes.
thinking like two different musicians in
Keep steady,
addition.
keep steady, you know.
And looking at what they were doing to follow them.
Yeah, that's
It's
right.
so difficult
Yeah.
It's so difficult.
because the dancer establishes a close dial with the quinto.
Yeah.
Each move has to follow.
That's
Yes.
right, that's right.
Indeed, and also when you've played again various percussive instruments at the same time, that you've done, like I said, like the guiro,
Yeah.
the campana,
Yeah. And sing.
and sing at the same
And
time.
dance.
And dance.
Right. That's happened because I was playing that time in a nightclub called Chateau Madrid,
Yes.
and we was playing for the show. I mean, between shows for dancing, and only have that was a piano, bass, and myself. The piano player was Rafael Benitez, is Xiomara Alfaro husband,
Husband, right?
and the bass was Cachao, and I was on the three congas, the cowbell and the guiro, and sing at the same time. So I would do the job for 4 months. Yeah, because they don't have enough money to play for the whole rhythm section. So
Everything
I
comes
tried everything worked out. So I feel like wow. That's
So you created so many techniques and so many styles and your own sound.
That's what Bobby Sanabria said.
Yes.
He said independent and coordination.
Exactly, that's it.
He says, nobody so far do what you do.
No, and I know that also Dr. Billy Taylor wrote in 1954.
yeah.
I have not heard anyone who even approaches the wonderful balance between jazz and Cuban elements that Candido demonstrates. And that's one of the comments by Dr. Billy Taylor, among many of the greats that have played with you and you've played with them. Also, I know that, you have received several other awards, including the Latin Jazz USA Lifetime Achievement Award in 2001. And I'm honored because this year, along with two other great maestros, Federico Britos from Uruguay and Jose Negroni from Puerto Rico, will be receiving the Latin Jazz USA.
And also
Chico, Farrill,
Viviam
Maria
Maria.
Lopez. Uh-huh.
Wow. What a joy and what an honor it is for me to be the recipient of this very prestigious award, and what a better occasion than as we celebrate we can say your birthday, because we're still celebrating your birthday and the company of all these beautiful people that have come all the way from New York, and some of the Miami friends that will be here. So I thank you very much for that honor, and I'm very happy that I can share it with.
Me too, I'm very happy. Yes.
And we are so lucky.
Always.
We are so lucky to perform it with you.
Always.
Always.
Yes.
Always.
Oh my God,
It's
so
a privilege.
And more messages. Bueno, Armando Romeo Jr., or actually the third in this case, sends you also. Te recuerdo con mucho cariño.
Oh, gracias.
Yo era muy pequeño cuando
Igualmente.
iba a Tropicana y te veía tocar con la orquesta de mi papá.
Sí.
Hasta tengo fotos contigo tomándome de la mano.
Ah, sí.
Yo parecía un mosquito al lado tuyo, que eras tan alto. Un abrazo, Armandito
Gracias,
Romeo
igualmente.
III.
Gracias, igualmente.
And he's talking about the 1950s, and also other friends like Ivan Mesa, who's a longtime listener and a supporter, and Oscar de Lugo is also connected here. So again, many of the great friends that post their comments on Facebook, and I know many of you would like to say personally hello to Candido, and what a great opportunity to do so this weekend, Friday and Saturday, over on 8th Street, CubaOcho, which is on 8th Street and 15th, it's actually 1465.
Yeah, exactly.
And
You have
in a very-
excellent memory. 1465 Southwest 8th Street,
Yeah.
Miami.
And that's going to be two shows, very, very wonderful, irrepetibles estos espectáculos, with Maestro Candido Camero and also with David Oquendo, and a list of friends who will be there, and special guests, well, Federico Britos on the violin, with Jose Negroni on the piano, and myself emceeing, as well as proud recipient of the wonderful Latin Jazz USA Award. I wanted to play a little bit more, and we can play some of that and come back to chat more, because I know the listeners are probably dying to hear more of the stories, but a little bit of the music from Mujer Ardiente. We had talked about this recording that again goes back to two concerts, that one was done here in Miami and the other one was done in New York City, that featured also the direction in New York of Bobby Sanabria, as well as many of our very excellent musicians, both from here and New York. This one's Mujer Ardiente. It's a composition of Sir David Oquendo, and we're playing some of it, and then we'll keep chatting with more with Candido and David here on Cubaneando.
Oh, I.
And my friends,
For-
as this
for that-
music
for
is
that, I
playing,
don't have-
Candido,
For that, I don't have arthritis.
what, arthritis? He's dancing in the studios as his music is playing. He really is.
Oh, wow.
Woo!
Yeah. Wow. Ese es el piano. Yeah. Woo. Yeah. Oh. Woo.
Nobody knows.
Yeah.
Tanto la próxima que se enamora.
21 choral bands. Yes.
Tengo que ir a Brasil.
No, repito, no,
A ver si hay tiempo. A ver si hay tiempo. Ya estamos movidos.
Divino las dos, nos movemos.
Qué lindo.
Para estar segura que vamos a ver por ahora.